Alright, now I am recording.
Perfect. All right, so as you probably, well, no, you wouldn't have read it from the title. It would just be story time, wouldn't it? Well, this is my greatest self-inflicted injury, I guess you could say. It wasn't great. Start things off. I was 5 years old. My mom and dad had recently gotten divorced. Dad has been living on his own in Winterset for about a month. He's still fixing up the house, and he's a woodworker, and he taught me how to do it, and we built me a loft bed together. If you don't know what a loft bed is, it's a bunk bed, but without the bottom bunk. It is just the top bunk. And I was pretty close to the ceiling, right? Turns out this was my dad's biggest mistake. So here's what happened. I got in trouble with Dad, as I got in trouble a lot when I was a lot younger. I got sent to take a nap up on my loft bed. I was over at Dad's house for the weekend, right? So I went up on the loft bed, and I don't go to sleep very easily during the day, so I kind of just sat there, and I had this specific game that I would play when I was bored and had absolutely nothing else to do. I had a strong gag reflex. So what I would do is I would take the nearest small object, swallow it, and then gag it back up deliberately, because it was stimulating, right? I have ADHD. I need stimulation. That's just kind of how that works.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never once failed. It has always worked, every time. Never once. Okay? I want to clarify that. I've done this about 100 times or more. Never failed. I spot something in the wall. Oh, what's that? A nail in the wall? Perfect. I have entertainment. So I pull out the nail, and it's about like this long.
Okay.
Right? So I start doing my little game. I'm swallowing, gagging back up, back and forth. And then it disappears.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, continue.
I already know what happened. But I'm hoping to God that's not what happened. And I'm looking around like, surely I dropped it. Please, for the love of God, tell me I did not actually swallow this bitch. I didn't say those cuss words in my head because I didn't know they existed. Just for clarification. And I'm like scrambling around the sheets. Now, this would probably be the point where you would rush for help. Dad, I swallowed a nail and I might die. What do? I might get in trouble. I stay silent. I don't say shit. And then I spend all of the next day at Dad's house, all of Sunday day, completely silent about what just happened, about what happened the previous day. And then I go home to my grandmother's house, which was where I mainly lived there, right? And on the 40-minute car ride there, I was feeling a bit nauseous, right? I had a guess on why, but I didn't say anything. So I get upstairs, kind of barely, up like 3 flights of stairs, and then immediately blow chunks all over the living room carpet.
Wait, what do you mean by chunks?
Throw up. I throw up all over the living room carpet and the lot, right?
Wait, the nail was in your... Wait, you swallowed the nail and it was still there?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
So, I then keel over on my knees, and then my head hits the floor, and then here comes Grandma, and I'm thinking, this is it, I'm gonna have to admit it. And then she spots it, it's like, holy shit, what the hell happened? Are you okay? And then I tell her, and the look she gives me, I will never forget. It was the biggest oh shit look I've ever seen. And so she rushes me over to the ER, obviously. So the situation is described to them, and they give me x-rays, and they can see that it's somewhere in my, like, abdomen area, right? And they're hoping that it's in my stomach and not lodged in something. So what they try to do, so they get me in the hospital, and they hook me up to an IV, which I ended up taking out once, like 3 days later, and then they had to put back in, which was more painful the second time, by the way. I did not like it. I really didn't. So they started giving me medication that was essentially like mega laxatives, right? They were trying to flush it out, which, you know, would be preferred to surgery. So they were trying to flush it out, and I stayed there for about 2-ish weeks, and they give me all kinds of medicines, and every night, I remember this, every night I would get a double popsicle, and I would always order the orange one. And there's this one specific night where they forgot to give me my popsicle, right?
Uh-huh.
It was late, basically. It was late, basically all the lights were off, and I couldn't sleep without my popsicle for some reason. That's just how my brain worked. So I go to the help button, and I start spamming it, and then a nurse comes up, and she was very patient with me. I asked her for an orange popsicle, and she gave me an orange popsicle. She was very sweet. So that was fun. I love that memory specifically. So,
Continue.
Alright, so 2 weeks later, the hopes of flushing it out did not work, but I was feeling much, much better. I could move around. I didn't need a wheelchair anymore. Yes, I was in a wheelchair.
Oh.
So they sent me home, but they scheduled a surgery date, which I didn't know what that was, so I'm like, okay, cool. So they're gonna come back, and I'm gonna be all better. So I go back home. Mom's kind of upset. And then I go outside, and I start heading outside to play. I'm through the door, and the mom says, "Do you know what a surgery is?" And I said, "No." And so she gave me a description, and it was incorrect. She told me what they do is they're going to take a small camera, they're going to knock you out, and then they're going to take a small camera and shove it up your butt. And I'm like, oh, well, that sounds bad. And that was all she said, and then she just left, and I'm like, I might have fucked up. So that was fun. So in comes the surgery date, and I'm all confident that they're wheeling me to the room, and then we get to the room and we stop. And time slows down as I realize, because like, okay, at this point I've been told what surgery actually is, right? And at this point, it just hits me. Oh shit! What's about to happen? It just like dawns on me, and I start immediately panicking and trying to escape, and I get tackled so quick. My adrenaline is going, and I'm kicking and screaming, and then I passed out from fear.
Now they can do the surgery.
And they administered medicine to make sure I stayed down. And they did the surgery, and it all went fine. And then I woke up about like a day later, and surgery was completed. And Dad was shown the nail, and his immediate reaction was, "There's no chance that was in my wall. I'm so certain I got rid of all the nails. I might have missed a small one. There's no chance I missed that one." Apparently, he missed that one.
No shit.
There was 2 others as well. So that was fun. Yeah, there's one other memory I have from this. Before the surgery, they had me pick between a cherry and a watermelon flavored like gas mask. Essentially, it's this mask that you would put on, and then you would look up into a light, and it was supposed to knock me out for the surgery, which they did after I passed out from fear. And I chose the cherry one.
Was that it?
Yeah, pretty much. That was the story. But the nail did lodge itself somewhere. I don't remember where, but it narrowly missed 2 vital organs. Narrowly. It is a miracle that I'm living to this day. I should have died. By all accounts, I should have died.
Oh. Alright, well. Alright, so moral of the story, don't be retarded and eat shit off the wall.
Exactly.
Make more bank when I sleep than you make in a week. She call me a freak, but bitch, we will see. You get views, but they sleep in triple C's. Training day, you got nothing on me. Nothing to like, you don't compare to thee. You are a peasant while I am the king. Gonna call the night to put you to sleep. Your music is going under 6 feet.